Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming another collection video. Today we are going to be doing some of my bullet lipsticks. I have got a ton of bullet lipsticks. I've got them in a ton of different like organizational things. This is just too many to do in one video, and since a good chunk of them are MAC lipsticks, I'm going to do all of the MAC lipsticks in one video. We're going to talk about the formulas and swatch them all, and then I'll do all of my other bullets in another video, and then in another video we'll talk about liquid lipsticks. So I'm just going to reorganize a little bit, and then we're going to talk about all my MAC lipsticks. Alrighty, so I've divided all of my lipsticks up by finish and also split them into limited edition and permanent. Now, just as a quick once over, I will tell you guys what are still available, what aren't available. As a heads up, if you are looking to pick up any MAC lipsticks, they sell in the full size for $24, but they also do have several of their most popular colors in mini sizes. You're gonna see a bunch of minis. I'll show you the comparison between them, and you can pick those up for $14. If you're like me and you will like never really go through a MAC lipstick, or there's a color you really want for like one or two you know, specific occasions or something like that, you can go get one in a mini size. So I'll start off really easy. This first one is a mini. I'll just show you the difference right now. This is the size difference. So the minis come with, I don't know how much products in them. I'd have to look on the website. So this particular mini came out in the Christmas collection this year. This is the one Dazzle lipstick that I have. This color is Lost in the Stars. To me, it basically reminds me a lot of their metallic lipsticks, which I believe have been discontinued because I couldn't find them anywhere on the website. So I'll show you guys those next. I have I have 8 of the MAC metallic lipsticks. I think that they discontinued these because I couldn't find them easily on the website, but I'll show you them anyway. So much like the last one, this one came out in the Christmas collection. This is in Official Star. It's like a really pretty champagne-y kind of one. Would also make a really pretty highlight, just as a side note. This one is in Hades Fire. This one right here is in Digging for Gold. Jupiter. Formidable Romance. This one's like a really pretty metallic red. Wild Nectar. And Pale Rose. So accidentally, I actually slipped my one and only glaze lipstick into there. This is in the shade Hue. They also don't make these anymore, but they were just like a really pretty light wash of color, really moisturizing on the lips. These were really nice products. There we go. I have 2 MAC Lip Tensity lipsticks. Now, I don't think they make these anymore either, although there is a shade that is the same as this. So this is in the shade Smoked Almond. Now, you can still get this. It's just in a different formula, I believe. This is what these look like. I was never a big fan of these lipsticks. Just because of the shape of the bullet. I do prefer the more pointed tip, but they are really nice formula. They're very full coverage, and they leave like a really pretty finish. They're pretty moisturizing. So this one again is Smoked Almond. And I also have this bright red. This is Mulling Spice. I've got 4 of these MAC Starring You lipsticks. These came out in the Christmas collection this year. They are pretty much like just very glittery lipsticks. So I've got Kiss of Stars. It's like this super glittery pink shade. I'm hoping this will focus. This one is Walk of Flame. It's probably my favorite one. Really pretty dark red. They look almost more metallic once you get them on, but they are just absolutely gorgeous. This purple one is Starstruck. And the last one is Gold Star. So now that I've gone through all of the ones that you can't get anymore, let's start talking about some of the ones that you definitely can still get. I have got 5 of the MAC Powder Kiss lipsticks. These came out a couple of years ago. I used to have a few more shades, but I've decluttered them over the years. You can definitely still get all of these shades. So these are like a matte formula, but they've got a lot of hydration in them. They feel more like a tinted lip balm. The color is not as pigmented as in a lot of other MAC lipsticks, but if you're looking for a lipstick that is matte, a little bit more nourishing to the lips, still very comfortable, and sort of like a blur, they call it a soft focus color, these are definitely the way to go. I know that they are supposed to be putting out liquid powder kiss lipsticks really soon, but I haven't heard when the date is that they're going to release them, but I'm really, really amped on that. So this is a little Tamed. I hope you guys can see just by like the outside of them that they've got like an almost like velvety kind of a texture. They are so comfortable though, so moisturizing. Like a lot of matte lipsticks are very, very dry. These are not at all. Mull It Over is a really pretty kind of pink nude. Burning Love is a bit darker of a tone. It's like a purple plum wine kind of color. Style Shocked is this really, really beautiful like orangey sort of red tone. Absolutely stunning if you're into those kind of reds. And lastly, I have Fall in Love, which is just like a super, super bright in your face pink. Next up, I have 4 of the Love Me lipsticks. Again, these are a newer formula, but they are still all available. Definitely all these colors and definitely many, many more. So these have argan oil in them, so it makes it really like moisturizing, and they are super, super pigmented, very, very lightweight. They have a satiny kind of a finish. Originally, I think I thought that they were supposed to be matte, but I was wrong. These are kind of meant to be, I guess, their version. Like I said, the Powder Kisses reminded me of a tinted lip balm, but these ones are supposed to be super, super moisturizing. So I have got Under the Covers. You guys can just see in that swatch how like moisturizing they are, but still super, super pigmented. E for Effortless is just a really, really beautiful, beautiful red. Hey Frenchie is kind of like a dusty rose sort of a color. And lastly, I have Laissez-Faire, which is again another really, really nice nude. Just right there. It wouldn't go over that spot just because I just used a wipe to get the previous swatch off. Next up, I've got a ton of Frost lipsticks. So for this particular category, I do definitely have more that were limited edition that came out in various collections than I do the ones that are permanent, but just to do a cohesive, comprehensive look at my collection, I am showing you guys both, but I am trying to make a point of telling you guys which ones are which so that you don't get your heart too set on like, you know, one that's over here that came out years ago in a collection that they just don't make anymore. So the, what did I tell you these were? The Frost finishes are kind of a little bit, I don't know, they have a really nice kind of shine to them, but they are not super, super pigmented. They don't have a ton of color payoff. They're kind of just, if you are looking for an easy color that you can throw on, these are kind of what you want. It depends. I would say what lipsticks you get depends on what kind of formula you like, what kind of finish you like. You're going to see a lot of lipsticks that are in the same kind of color shade. Like I have a lot that are the exact same color, but they're just in different finishes. So this first one is Fresh Moroccan. This kind of reminds me a little bit of one that I feel like we've swatched already. They're kind of, Lusters are kind of, no, these are Frosts. Frosts are kind of a love child between a metallic and a luster finish. In my opinion, they kind of sit between. This is Plum Dandy, nice kind of purple. If you like that kind of shine to your lips, but maybe you're like me and you're not a big lip gloss person, these can be a really, really nice alternative. This is Costa Chic. It's one of my favorite ones. I love this color. This color you're going to see a ton of. These really, really pretty, like bright coral oranges. Bombshell is just a gorgeous, gorgeous pink. Now there is a dupe to this in, I think, a Revlon formula. I just can't totally remember. I know I told you guys that I would be trying to do a MAC lipstick dupe video, going out and finding you guys a bunch of dupes to MAC lipsticks that are drugstore. but unfortunately with the events that are going on in the world, I don't have the capability of just wandering around the drugstore and swatching lipsticks, so that's gonna have to wait. This last one is CB96. Now this is in a mini size just because I got it in a Christmas collection, but you can certainly get it full size. This has a really, really cool golden shift to it. Now really quickly I will go through and I'll swatch all the limited edition ones, but I'm going to do it a little bit quicker than some of the permanent ones just because you can't get these shades anymore. So this first one is called Dance Off Pants Off. It came out in the Trolls collection, oh, a long, long, long time ago. And you can definitely get colors similar to this just in the amplified version. I think like colors like Show Orchid and, you know, shoot, Girl About Town, those kind of colors would be very, very similar. This one is Extra Stars Please. I'm going to do a couple swatches before I wipe my hand off from now on. Coral and Carol. This came out in the Christmas collection, I think last year. It's more of a glittery finish. LLAP, which stands for Live Long and Prosper, came out in the Star Trek collection. It's like a really pretty champagne gold. A Sprinkle of Magic. This one came out in the Fairy Whispers collection. I have two that came out in the Mariah Carey collection. This is some of the prettiest packaging that MAC has ever done. I'm obsessed with this. They should bring it back over and over and over again. So I have them in All I Want. They also have these little butterflies on them. This is just a beautiful, beautiful champagne color. And I have it in I Get So OOC, which I think is Out of Control. This is like a darker, kind of metallic sort of one. More of a brown. These two came out in the Christmas collection last year, the Shiny Pretty Things collection, so they are in a Wink of Pink. And At Leisure. I feel like how many times can I say it's like a champagne-y one, but they are different from each other. And these last four came out in a holiday collection 2 years ago. These are from the MAC Snowball collection. So we have I'm Glistening, which is actually quite similar to that Mariah Carey one, if not the same. I've got Holiday Crush, which is quite similar to that one, if not the same. Haha. Just shows that like MAC, like a lot of other companies, do re-release colors just under different names. Shimmer and Spice has a really, really cool color shift to it. I'm hoping you guys can see that. It's got like some pink, some purple, some orange, some, like, depending on the light, it picks up different colors. Really cool. And the last one is Warm Ice. I'm going to be honest with you guys, a lot of the reasons I keep these ones is not so much for the color, but because I love the packaging. And because they were limited edition. So going from sort of least opaque to most opaque in the formulas, the next one I'm going to tell you guys about is the Lustre. I have 6 of the permanent ones and also 5 of the not so permanent ones. So the Lustre lipsticks are very lightweight, they're sheer, but you can build up the pigmentation. They come in some really, really beautiful colors. And they're just very, very shiny and weightless. So the first one that is permanent is C Sheer. Now again, I have a mini size, but that is just because I got this one in a limited edition collection and I have since decluttered my full size one. So if I didn't say this is C Sheer, it's like a watermelon kind of pink. And you guys can see that there is a little bit of shine in it, but no like glitter or metallic or anything like that. So it's just a little more sheer than I would say like a Cremesheen lipstick. Next one is Syrup. This is one of their very, very popular colors. Looks just like that. This is Sweetie. A lot of these colors are just very, very safe. Like if you are trying to maybe build yourself up to some brighter colors, but you're not ready to do like a matte or something like that, these are always a good way to start. This shade is Hug Me. It's just a really pretty neutral. This one is Giddy. It has seen a lot of love, as you guys can tell by like the severe seat I have going in it. I love this pink. It's just gorgeous. And last one that is from their permanent line is Capricious. It's a little bit darker. but still really gorgeous, kind of similar to that one there. I've also got 5 that were limited edition. Now this first one came out in the Loud and Clear collection. I think it is still available on the website, but it will be limited edition. It's just that the collection launched so recently. So this is Fleur de Coral. It's this absolutely stunning, like light peachy kind of coral pink color. I love this. This one is from the Spring Summer 2017 collection. It is one of the makeup artist ones from James Caliardos. This is called Almondine. It's actually quite similar. A little bit darker than the Loud and Clear one. Now this one is Viva Glam 5. I could only find Viva Glams 1, 2, and 3 on the website, so I don't know if they are like limiting or rebranding or relaunching their Viva Glams, but this was the satin one. These aren't satin, this was the luster one. It's another one that came out in the Star Trek collection. This is Where No Man Has Gone Before. This one is just a really beautiful pink. It's got a really nice shift to it. I feel like I've seen this color before somewhere. I'm gonna have to really compare them later. And this last one is Testosterone. Again, it's one of those like bright kind of corals, but because it is in this formula, it's a little bit more sheer. Next formula are the Cremesheens. Again, I have significantly more limited edition ones than I do permanent ones. Of course, I'll go through the permanent ones with you guys first. So Cremesheens are medium cut, like buildable lipsticks. They are very like semi-glossy, very comfortable on the lips. It claims that they're nourishing. I don't really know if that's true, but maybe. So this first one I have, this is in Cream Cup. This is one of their like most like popular shades. Mine's just in a mini size from the Nutcracker Suite collection. It's a really, really beautiful light pink. I also have Crosswires. This was like one of my first, I don't know, 2 or 3 MAC lipstick colors ever. I love this color. It's just absolutely stunning. It's like that bright kind of orange without being too bright. It dulls down a little bit once it's on your lips and kind of gets a little darker. It's absolutely stunning. Then I have Peach Blossom, which is just a really light peachy kind of pink. And Fanfare. It's right here. Now on to the limited edition ones. Again, like last time, I will tell you what collections I got them in, but unfortunately you can't get these anymore. So these first 2 are from the Caitlyn Jenner collection. These are not like her lipsticks she put out when she first came about. These came out in a later collection, so they are in the shade Understanding. It's like this super bright kind of orangey coral sort of a tone. It's right there. And Authentic Red. Now this has like almost a little metallic sheen to the outside of it, but it says it's a cream sheen and it does perform like a cream sheen. Got one more from the Shiny Pretty Things Christmas launch. This is in the shade Babe Town. I love this pink. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's like a light pinky kind of nude. This video is going to help me rediscover a lot of my old favorites. This came out in this year's collection. It was part of one of the mini sets. It is A Star in Your Name. Again, just a really, really nice, neutral, pinky kind of peach. Hoping these colors are translating okay on camera. This one was part of the Snowball collection a few years ago when it came out with the set of the minis. This is in the shade Hark. I think this is. No, it's not. I'm a Dirty Liar. This is actually from the Shiny Pretty Things collection. It's from one of the mini ones. The shade name was correct, but the collection was wrong. It is from Christmas time though. This one came out in the Fruity Juicy collection a couple summers ago. This is in the shade Shy Girl. Now they have re-released this color a few times. That's another thing. If you see a color that you are really interested in, sometimes they do re-release. You just kind of have to be on the ball keeping track of the collections. I've got 3 more of the Mariah Carey ones. So I have a bit of Bubbly. It's like a really, really, really pale nude. Really pale if you're into those kind of colors. Again, I don't wear these lipsticks a ton, but I'm just obsessed with the packaging. This one is in McKizzle. I like this one a lot. It's really pretty. And Darling is another super, super wearable, nice peachy pink. It's kind of in between those other two. This came out in the Ellie Goulding collection. This is Without Your Love. Just a really nice pink. This is Lickable. A lot of the ones I'm showing you now might have been permanent at one point and they got discontinued because they don't have any special packaging. Star Magnolia is a bright Barbie kind of pink. Sunny Soul was another one of my favorites. It's just like a beautiful, beautiful spring, summer kind of color. This one, of course, has also seen a lot of love. Shanghai Spice used to be a permanent color, but they did discontinue it, which is too bad because it's absolutely gorgeous. It's like this really, really nice kind of spicy peach kind of color. Finally Free is the Caitlyn Jenner lipstick that got put out on its own. Hot Gossip. Now, there's a million colors that are just like this one. It's just another one of those like deeper mauve kind of pinky kind of colors. Pretty Boy is another one of those bright orangey corals. Speak Louder is like a darker, deeper kind of pink. It's almost like a grapefruit sort of pink. Flocking Fabulous is just another bright one. This came out in the Flamingo Park collection a few years ago. This one's kind of like a between these two. Modesty is just a really, really, really subtle, beautiful nude. And Nice to Meet You is like a reddish sort of pink. Kind of like a strawberry pink. Next up are the Amplifieds. This is probably my favorite, if not one of my like top 2 favorite MAC formulas. These are like these super bold, beautiful colors, intense color payoff. They have a semi-luster finish, like it's not completely matted down, but they're very, very nice, very buildable, really creamy. I love these, and a lot of these are like their most like popular colors. Again, there's another word I'm looking for, famous maybe. So this first one is Vegas Volt. These are the permanent ones. Do you guys see that kind of color payoff, how intense they are? I'll make sure I swatch the next one on color so you can see. This is Girl About Town. I love this. If you're looking for some beautiful, bright, vivid colors, like that's one swipe. These ones are just amazing. Show Orchid, again, this is the one I was saying is kind of like that other one. Just gorgeous, gorgeous colors. You can get more toned down colors. This is Fast Play. Still a just as intense color, just as beautiful of a finish, but just not quite as bright and crazy of a color. Saint Germain is a very, very well-known shade. It's like a white pink. Bricola is a really interesting color. It's kind of like a mixture between a brown and a red. I really like this color. Fusion Pink. It's like a brighter, orangier kind of pink. Not so much in the purple tone. And Impassioned is like a pinky sort of red. Just like all of my other ones, I do have a ton of limited edition Amplifieds. Again, I'll go through these as quickly as possible. This is one of the Patrick Star ones. This is Sweet Mama Star. It's just a beautiful, beautiful nude. I don't remember what collection this one came out in. It was like a summer look bags kind of thing. You would pick a color that you really liked and then get a bag that had a couple eyeshadows and stuff in it. This is Are You Flirting With Me? It's a beautiful, beautiful wine red. These two were Nicki Minaj colors. So we have the pink print, which is like a really light peachy pink. And then Nicki's Nude. More of a peachy color. This is Saucy Little Darling. It came out in the Nutcracker Suite collection. Another one from that Fruity Juicy collection. This one is in Love at First Bite. Got one from the MAC Aladdin collection. This is Friend Like Me. Another neutral. Really pretty. It's kind of got like that purpley gray undertone that's been really big in the last few years. This one came out in the Brook Candy collection. This is Mind Control. Really pretty red. Another Snowball collection. This is Elle Belle. This was like the color that sold out first. It is absolutely gorgeous. This is Garland. It came out in one of the mini collections at Christmas a few years ago. It's like a really nice purple. Kind of reminds me a little bit of MAC Rebel. which will be coming up shortly. This one is Goodbye Kiss. This came out in the Mirage Noir collection. It's the only one I kept from that collection. The other ones were just a little too out there for me. This is another one from Spring Summer of 2017. This is in Bloodstone. Really nice red. Then I have by special order. I feel like, I don't remember what collection this came out in. It might have been the Flamingo Park collection, but I honestly don't remember. And then this is Hue or Ho. I don't know, it's spelled H-E-A-U-X. So matte satin lipsticks are really creamy. I would say they're like a more comfortable matte. They're not totally glossy in their finish, but again, they don't dry down completely. So if you don't like a lip gloss or anything like that, but you also find that matte lipsticks are very, very uncomfortable, satin lips might be the way for you to go. I've got a ton that are in their permanent line. So this first one is Rebel. I mentioned this to you guys earlier. It's a really, really pretty bright purple. Snob is like another kind of pink. It actually is very, very similar to my nail polish. Brave is a neutral. Amorous is just a little bit darker, or a lot bit darker. Spirit is another nude, more of a brown nude. Pink Nouveau is like a really bright pink. It's not quite a bubblegum pink, but it's still very, very bright. Twig is a very, very famous matte color. Really, really good, kind of goes with every sort of look for every kind of season. I have Viva Glam 2, which they do still make. Really beautiful nude. Faux is another really, really nice nude, a little bit more pinky. And the last one is MAC Red. This used to be my favorite red lipstick. Since I only have 4 that aren't permanent, I'm just going to keep going and keep swatching. So this first one is Half Calf. Again, it came out in the Shiny Pretty Things collection. You can tell by the packaging. Hot Chocolate came out in the Vibe Tribe collection. I love this color. It's kind of like a purpley brown sort of tone. I have Mama Star. It came out in one of the Christmas Patrick Star collections, I feel, or the original Patrick Star collection. I don't know. He's done so many releases with MAC, it's hard to keep up. And this is CC Me, and it came out in the Fruity Juicy collection. Really pretty bright kind of color. Really quickly before I get into the regular matte lipsticks, I'm going to talk about the retro mattes just because I only have 5 of them, so it'll be fairly quick, whereas I have so many of the matte lipsticks, it's going to be the biggest part of this video. So retro mattes are, if you like extremely, extremely matte lipsticks, these are great. The colors are always beautiful, super pigmented, super opaque, one swipe, very, like, you don't need to build with them, but they are so drying. I don't wear these very often. If you do, you definitely want to put some kind of like a lip chap underneath, or if you have a moisturizing lip liner or something like that, because they are so drying. So I have one that was limited edition. This is Steady Going. You can just tell, like, you'll be able to just tell as I try to swatch, like, how drying, how seriously, seriously matte they are. The rest of these are all part of their regular line. So the most famous one, of course, is Ruby Woo. They don't swatch very well on hands because they are so dry. This is Flat Out Fab. Now this one released in a Christmas collection a couple years ago, so I'm not 100% sure if this is Flat Out Fabulous, the retro matte, or if it's another like edition of it that came out matte. All Fired Up. It's kind of like a toned down red. And this is Relentlessly Red. So like I said, the colors are very, very nice. They're very vibrant, very pigmented, but these are super, super drying. Now we're getting into the matte lipsticks. These are the biggest part of my MAC lipstick collection. They have the most variety of colors in this particular section. It makes me really sad how few I have that are permanent compared to the gigantic pile of limited edition ones. So we're going to go through the permanent ones first, and then we'll get into the limited edition ones. If you like matte lipsticks, these ones are very nice. Unlike the retro mattes, they're not super drying. They are very, very comfortable to wear. It, again, just depends on the finish you like, but these are really nice. So the first one I have, this particular packaging is from the Loud and Clear collection, but this is a permanent shade. This is the shade Yash. It's like a brown kind of sand color. Velvet Teddy is MAC's most iconic shade, I would say, or at least one of them. It's the most perfect nude. Candy Yum Yum is another really iconic MAC shade. This is like this really bright pink. Mare is a little bit toned down, especially compared to that last one. I've got Viva Glam 1, which is like a brick red. D for Danger, this is my all-time favorite MAC lipstick. It looks like it would be super dark, but for whatever reason, when I put it on my lips, it kind of goes bright red. It's the weirdest thing. I've got Taupe. Again, is another neutral, but a bit darker of a neutral. Russian Red, another famous MAC red color. Lady Danger is like a bright orange red. Tropic Tonic is another one of those coral-y kind of colors that I'm super into. The rest of the ones I have are all minis that came out in some sort of a Christmas collection, but they are all permanent colors. So this first one is Mangrove. It's another orangish red. Kinda Sexy is one of my favorite MAC nudes. Really pretty. Please Me is just a really nice pink. This is Chili. It's like a dark brownish kind of red. Right there. I've got Whirl. Another very popular MAC color. And last but certainly not least, I have Diva, which is probably, close call, that did not hurt the lipstick. Probably another one of my favorite MAC reds, one of these deep reds. Now it's time for all my limited edition ones. Again, I'm going to swatch multiples on the same hand. My hand is getting super stained now, so hopefully all the colors are true to what they actually are. So this first one is Hot Pepper. Got a couple more from the Loud and Clear collection. This is Baroque the Internet. Sugar Dada. It's like an orangey color. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Chili. Sugar Sweet Cameo. Gorgeous peachy shade. I have one from the MAC Nico Panda. This is Kawaii Party. It's like a purple-y kind of color. Super unique. 3 more from the MAC Aladdin collection. So this first one is Raja. It's like a darker kind of color. Princess Incognito is a beautiful nude. And Whole New World is another bright one, again, kind of like show orchid and colors like that. One more from the Brooke Candy collection. This is in the color Doo-Wop. It reminds me quite a bit of Candy Yum Yum, just a little darker. This is Nude du Jour. I don't know what collection this came out in, maybe a Christmas collection. 2 more Patrick Star ones. So one is She Better Work. Really pretty nude pink. And then Patrick Woo is like his take off Ruby Woo. Nice red. These 2 are from the Shiny Pretty Things collection. So I have both Cheeks, which is another really nice pink. Straight Fire. Again, it looks kind of metallic, but it says it's a matte. So it dries down like a matte, but it's got a little bit of a metallic finish to it. This is from the Snowball collection. This is in Rouge on Snow. So pretty. These 2 are from the Christmas collection this year, so they are Jar of Stars and Once Upon the Stars. Those 2 are quite similar to each other. I've got a freshish hand, so we can keep on going. This is Stone. Now I'm pretty sure this used to be a permanent color, and now you might only be able to get it if you're like a makeup pro or something like that. I can't remember, but it's like a really dark gray brown. Party Commencing is a really pretty light pink. I've got Nouvelle Vogue. Now this has definitely been re-released in at least 3 collections. I've had it 3 times and it's never been permanent. Good Kisser. Little Darling is like a little peach color. The one thing I will say about the mini MAC lipsticks is that they break a little bit easier just because the actual lipstick itself is thinner. Just something to keep in mind. You're going to want to definitely keep them colder. Don't let them melt or you won't be able to salvage them. This is Nutmegged. Bow Up. Fam Only. And this nice red is in Bloom. This is Fireballer. It came out in the Christmas collection this year. Came out in one of the lip bags. Intoxica. Beautiful, beautiful pink. Candy Cane Lane came out a couple years ago in a Christmas collection. I can't really remember. It came with a Vamplify lip gloss. Aspiring Star also came out this year. Have Your Cake, I think came out in the Flamingo Park collection. Really Me, gorgeous grayish kind of nude. Proud to Be Canadian, of course I had to have this shade when it came out. Perfect Score came out in the, I think it was the Bowl Me Over collection or something like that a couple years ago. Ablaze is a really, really bright, orangey kind of color. This is Viva Glam Ariana Grande 2. Sort of like a more amped up version of that Have Your Cake color. Be Silly is nice deep pink. The Fashion Flock. This is Persistence. It's a darker kind of nude. Sweet Venom, I had an incident with this lipstick, but it still works just fine. Baby's Alright. This one is So Select. It came out for Max Select members a few years ago. The shade is Silly, bright pink. And the last one that I have is Natural Quirk. Another really nice nude. So that is all of my MAC lipsticks. I say really casually, my hand is still covered in lipstick. My hand is going to be stained for days. I was originally going to film the rest of my lipsticks today, like all of my other brands, but I think I need to give my hand a day or two to kind of like not be this pink anymore, just so you guys are getting some true colors. But yeah, MAC are by far my favorite lipstick formula. The ones that I have the most of, the ones I've been collecting the longest. Like I said, there's a bunch of colors here I probably would never wear. I have to go through and really like think about if I'm ever going to use them or if I'm just keeping them for packaging. But that's that. So I hope I made enough of a distinction between what's permanent and what's not. Like I said, keep in mind that even if you see a color that is not permanent, they do re-release the same colors over and over and over again. It's possible you could get one later. You just kind of have to keep an eye out. There's a bunch of new releases out right now, if that's something you're into. And just before anybody says it, I know I've got a ton of makeup. I know no human being needs this much makeup. I'm very much aware of it. I won't even say like a lot of other YouTubers where they're like, I know I don't need this much makeup, but it's my job. It's not my job. It's just a passion of mine. It's something that I love to do. I'm aware that I have more makeup than any one person could physically wear, but I spent all my own money on it, or it was gifts from friends and family. So I don't know. It kind of is harder for me to let things go because they weren't sent to me for free. I did spend all my money on it. But yeah, if you guys enjoy these kind of videos, then give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And keep an eye out. I will be doing about 2 more collection videos, one of just regular bullets and one of like liquid lipsticks, and then we'll be done with all of that. And then we can start shop my stash videos. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.